I turned like 42, I couldn't see shit.
Fuck that.
It's true, dude. The far away stuff I could still see great. The close up stuff, it was fucking rough.
Truth. I had to start bringing reading glasses to work in order to accomplish tasks that I was able to do easily a mere 5 years ago.
I had like 2015 vision. I could see fucking everything. Now I can't see shit.
The good news is that right now, at least for me, it's still reparable by getting a simple pair of reading glasses at CVS. So I don't have to get like a prescription, but I'm sure that's not going to last forever. I mentioned it to my dad, and he told me that when he was my age was about the time when his eyes started going too. So I guess I'm right on track.
Dope. Eat more carrots.
I eat quite a few carrots as it is.
Not enough.
Yeah, it's all about the carrots.
You need to eat so many carrots to turn orange.
No thanks. I'm going to leave the orange to Trump.
He could see the best. He could see better than anyone.
He only eats the best carrots and lots of carrots. He eats them bigly.
Oh.
The bigliest carrots.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yes.
The crunchiest and the healthiest.
Yeah. Hey, Liz, your cat sleeps just like Loki with the eyes. He does that too.
This is the first time that I've seen him do. We've had him for 12 years now.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I've ever seen. I got up because I have the comic boxes stacked, and so one's high, and so he's sitting behind it. And I stood up and I looked down. I thought he was dead. I was like, oh my God. I go, Josh, I think Galahad's dead. And he's like, what? And so we look at him. That was literally him sleeping like that. And finally I could see his stomach going up and down. I was like, okay, well, he's not dead. And I went over to like pet him because he twitched and moved a little bit, but he wasn't awake. Like when I finally touched him, he's like, whoa. Literally his eye gets all of it, and he's all ready to go and ready to like attack and stuff. I was like, oh shit, he was actually asleep this whole time. And I felt kind of bad because I think it gave him a heart attack. But I have never have I ever seen him sleep like that before.
He's a pretty lazy cat, so he's just gotten to the point where he's not even going to bother closing his eyes when he sleeps anymore. That's too much
work.
Is it too much work for you to close your eyes now?
Yeah. With your emo coloring. Big
and now
fatty.
he's starting to, you can tell he's starting to get up there in age. His lips and his nose are starting to turn black.
Isn't that weird how it does that?
It only does it to the orange cats. So
bizarre.
strange. So
We asked the vet about that too. We're like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, that just happens as they get old. It's like, okay.
yeah, he's gonna start getting a mascara around his eyes and then his nose and his lips. Yeah. At first I forgot that that's what happened, and I thought it was dirt, and I was always trying to like rub, because he used to get like little crusties on his nose. He's like rubbing him, and he's like, oh no. Like a little kid. I was like, sorry, I forgot. That's the way it is.
Stuff that we had to pay for to like help their case, but it's like that's so annoying because then if not, they would be like, we're gonna give you like a 0 review. It's like just because you don't want like that amount, people are so rude.
Selfish.
I like how we always get the exterior commentary coming from the Vargas house.
We're talking big cases over here, ladies and gentlemen. 100K and up only.
So, Scott, tell us about the greatest cat of all time, Guinevere, while we wait for Isaac to come in.
The greatest cat of all time.
That was just the first one.
That was just the first one.
She was pretty chill.
John says that Scott's had one of the greatest cats of all time,
On the thing.
Guinevere.
Oh,
She was the first one. She was 3 years old when we adopted her. Her original name was Titty Kitty. I was like, what the hell? That ain't happening.
yeah, we changed that right away.
But she was very sweet, very calm, very chill. She slept in our laps and stuff. She was a lap cat.
Yeah.
Josh liked her the best though, because when I would get mad, this is early on in our marriage, there was a lot of yelling. What are you doing? Ah! As soon as I would start in on Josh, she would run after me and try to like bite me. And I don't know, Nimmers did that too. Nimue did that too.
Just good cats.
Yeah, they would be all up in
When
my.
the
all
wife
up in
gets
my
uppity,
face.
the cats go on the prowl.
I think it was just my tone. It was just my tone. So yeah, but she was a really good cat. We've had all good cats. We've never had a bad cat.
Well,
Name one.
we've had some cats that have had some attitude problems. Nimue had
Attitude.
a problem.
But Nimue was your cat.
That's true. She loved me to death, but she didn't like anybody else.
Nimue was the cat that liked to fly. You could like
Throw it.
yeah, so we had like a long hallway, and at the end was our bedroom, and the bed was like, oh, where the door was. So Josh would take her and he'd rev her up and he'd throw her down the hallway, and she'd land on the bed. She'd bounce a couple of times and she'd run back, and then she'd turn around and get crouched down, getting ready to go again. So she liked doing that.
I also untrained her on how to fall on her feet.
Yeah, that's not
So
instinctual.
that when I would hold her up a couple feet above the bed, I could drop her. She just like flop on her side. She wouldn't even flip and land on her feet. It was crazy. It took a while to train her out of that, but you could do it.
I
So
don't know.
we've got 3 watching now. If you're watching, late to the party t-shirts
Yeah.
now available. Comment below.
I need
You can even
one.
get Beavis.
What do they run?
These are $20.
Those are dope.
The art on it is bomb. Except I don't have any facial hair in that one, so they have to do an alternate version where I've got facial hair.
The limited.
Your hair grows too
limited edition.
fast. That art was done when you were a much younger man.
Oh shit.
That just means you've been bald for a really long time.
What? I'm bald?
Yes.
Do you guys know if do you guys think, did Isaac watch Invincible?
I think so.
Oh,
I think
no.
so.
I don't know what Isaac watched.
Well, I don't know, because I'm just trying to think of something we could do without him to keep this moving without just talking about cats for 20
Hey, I
minutes.
watched Invincible. We could talk about Invincible. You guys want to talk Invincible?
Did you watch it?
Hell yeah.
How much did you watch?
I watched it all.
Did you? Are you
Yeah.
fucking with me? You
No, I
watched it all?
When we were starting this up, I finished the last like 10 minutes of it.
Oh shit. Dude, what'd you
Dude.
think?
It was fucking dope.
I told you.
It was
Here
cool.
he is. Here he is. So now everybody's catching up. Good deal. Let me rename him at Comic Cave. Booyah.
Let me know when he's in so I can make my comment.
He's got a salacious crumb on his shoulder. That's awesome. Oh shit. Is that what took so long? He had to get salacious crumb set up. Oh, that's dope.
I was looking for a sketch. That's why it took so long.
All right. So we got 5 people watching right now. Take a second and smash the like button. It really helps us. Please. I want to see some thumbs there. We got 1 like so far, and it was me.
That's cheating.
And
That's
if you're
cheating.
on the show, like if you're one of the 6 people I see on the screen, every one of our videos should have at least 6 likes on it, and they don't.
That's not good.
Thank you, Israel.
Hey, Israel, what's up, baby? He said he was sad he missed us last week.
Oh, last week it looks a lot of people missed us last week. There was like a
You
boy,
weren't the
there
only
was
one,
like a
Ish.
boycott. There was a boycott to the show. Like people stormed
Right.
out in a rage. Of,
Stormed out.
Isaac, did you finish watching Invincible?
Oh, dude, best end series.
I've
I'm
been
s-
fucking telling you guys
I'm
for
so
like
happy
6
that-
weeks.
was renewed for 2 to 3 seasons, season 2 and 3.
Yes.
Oh man, if you're not watching this show, do yourself a favor, go on Amazon and watch it. Come on.
And if you don't have Amazon
But watch
Prime,
it-
Isaac's
but
gonna
watch
put
it
his
after
password
we're
in the
done.
bio below.
Watch it after we're finished. Don't
Yeah.
watch it now.
Stop
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
right.
doing. You're just wasting your time. Go and watch the show. That's much better.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
man.
funny.
But you know, dude, oh my God. Can we start talking about it?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
All right.
spoiler-
We're
Okay.
rolling.
Yeah, spoilers coming. If you haven't watched it, just oh well. But I remember
We haven't
when
watched it.
Josh
I've been
made-
telling you for 6 weeks to fucking watch it.
I remember when Josh made a comment. What was your exact wording, Josh? Where you said that Superman displays it isn't his super strength, it's his what is it?
His
Super
control.
morality.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
control, his
His
restraint.
control.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
Oh man, and I couldn't stop thinking of that with Omni-Man and how he just gives into that superiority complex. And I'm just like, dude, this just reminded me of what Josh was talking about, how it wasn't just, he could easily just crush us all, but he chooses not to because he has that control, and that's what makes him great. And to see the opposite on this show, and then it was, it could be written off as that corny moment when that one line is given off when he's questioning him, was like, what you're going to have after 500 years. But it just added that human element to it so freaking well that I was just, my daughter's been watching it with me. I know, boo, bad dad for letting her watch this, but her and I both, we were watching it, and when that line is delivered, we looked at each other and we were both like just hugging each other. We're just like, that is so sad. And she was just like, oh my God. And she really enjoyed it. So given the F-bombs that are dropped and the blood and guts. I mean, she's watched Kill Bill since she was 3 years old. So this is
Everybody's
anything
pretty
new to her.
much caught up. Let's just go through. We don't have to talk about the end just yet at the beginning. Like I think that the build was proper. I think that the pacing was set well. And like Jose was saying before, the voice acting was top notch. Like it did have an anime influence. You could see with the gore, especially having I watched the movie, the series that Lego recommended earlier. The woke black samurai. Yeah.
What was woke about that?
We'll get into that. We'll get into that after Invincible. No, it was just like I don't know how it could have been better. Like there were gay characters in the movie, but they didn't ram their gayness down your throat, and they weren't preachy about it. They just happened to occur in the thing. It was done the way that it was natural. It was organic. Organic's the word I'm looking for. Where all of the, he had a black girlfriend, but she didn't shit on him for being white. She shit on him for being shitty. So like there was inclusion, but it was done in a classy way. I think the whole thing was done the right way. And when we talk about representation in these things, it needs to happen in a way that brings people together. That you don't bash people in your inequality, in your inclusion. It's not you don't need to stab somebody when you get to the table. You just get to the table.
I think that can be in part attributed to Robert Kirkman's writing, because from what I'm told, they're saying that this is a great adaptation of his work. So even back, when was this book written? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
Say around 2015-ish. 2016.
Okay. So I guess that could be attributed to him doing that. But yeah, you're right. It was it was great. I think the only way they could have made it even better is if they made it a longer season. But yeah, that other than that, like I said, sometimes voice actors are underappreciated or it's overlooked, but this was great. It was spot on. The story, the pacing, the graphics, everything was just so beautifully and well. And I'm so excited for season 2 and 3. And I think they announced it the day before the season finale. So it was a great, I got to enjoy it even more because I knew that I had more coming.
Invincibles was January 2003. It started.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I thought it was like pretty old.
Yeah. When you said 15, I was like, there's no way they had 144 issues come out in that short of a period.
Fair enough. I guess that's kind of when I got turned on to it. And that makes sense. It was pretty deep already. So makes sense.
How far behind or in front of or around The Walking Dead did Invincible come out? Was it just a few years after?
The Walking Dead was in 03 also.
Wasn't Invincible before Walking Dead?
Well, 03 is the same time, right?
Yeah. I just remember because a friend of ours, he recommended Invincible like way early on before I even knew about the Walking Dead comic. And so I was just wondering if Invincible was one of those ones that he did prior to. I don't know. I'm not up on my release dates.
All right, we got 5 watching now. We'll let a couple more filter in before we start working on the wheel again. The wheel is back this week, guys. Back by popular demand. I think we've come up with a nice compromise for being able to get the wheel going. So in great gladiator fame, what we're going to do is the traditional late to the party, the way it worked. You know what? I'm talking too much. Josh, I'll let you explain the traditional late to the party. The original rollout.
Yeah, the original rollout was that, the original rollout was that Nate picked every week and it kind of sucked. But then, just imagine nothing but Kung Fu movies and John Cusack movies, and then you get an idea of how it was.
There wasn't one single John Cusack or Kung Fu
there was some
movie.
horror movies. There was some horror movies every once in a while.
No, so we were on a rotation with each one of us getting to select either a movie or a genre of movies to present to the others, and then the movie would be selected, and that person or the person whose week it was to present the movies would be the one to review it the following week. The host, thank you, to host the show. So, but then along came the Wheel of Misfortune with our Christmas special and the Spice Challenge, and the wheel became incorporated, and then it became very randomized. And Nate has a really good way of explaining why the wheel motif broke down. What kind of movies were included, Nate?
Murder porn.
So we wanted to minimize the murder porn.
Well, no, we just wanted to get John's kicks out of it.
Yeah, he nearly got a permaban, but that didn't roll out. So we're going to go with a hybrid version where the wheel is still in effect and there's still a lot of contribution on the part of you, the dear viewers. And, but there will still be an ability for us to kind of rotate through some of the movies that we want to put up there because it is our show.
The host, the host for the week gets to put 6 spots on, and then everybody else gets to fill it in.
Yeah.
What
But
we're
we
doing
have,
is there's 16 spots on here. So, and we're going to rotate the host like we used to do because we're having a hard time picking who was going to be the host and whatnot. We're doing it on the fly. We weren't able to really prep questions or think about like specific questions tailored to how like you're going to ask Lego about art and you're going to ask me about Walmart.com, or, you know, you're going to ask Isaac to give his mid-Atlantic voice. So we wanted to rotate the host around again. And then whoever the host was, we still want to give them a shot to get their movies on here. And what was happening with the wheel being a complete democracy was that we were ourselves. I think that there just wasn't a chance for us to get our movies involved, even when we were hosting the show. So what we're going to do now is there's 16 slots on here. Whoever's hosting, which we're going to rotate, is going to get 6 slots on the wheel, and then the viewers are going to get to put 10 slots on the wheel. So and they don't just go on the wheel, so don't get stuck with murder porn. What we're going to do is we're going to be looking at the comments on here. The comments are unlimited. You can put as many movies on as you want, but what we're going to do is we're going to do it Roman style, and we're going to read them off of here, and we're going to give thumbs up and thumbs down on whether or not your choice gets on the wheel. So you nominate it, we'll vote it on or off, and that way we're going to have lots of cool selections on the wheel here.
We're also going to
Salacious
include a
Crumb.
stink face.
Does Salacious Crumb get a vote too now?
We'll see.
Nope.
Looks like,
Looks like a no.
dude, that's dope. I gotta check that out. I'm gonna cruise over tomorrow to do the Comic Cave live for Cinco de Mayo tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna be taking shots.
Gonna do
I'm
some
gonna bring
live
my
art for
camera.
you folks.
Is that why Nate's coming over to film it? So somebody sober there is
Yeah,
That's the plan.
there
Nice.
better be tacos and cerveza, or it's not legit.
Nice.
actually gonna go the opposite way and inclusive and have Chinese food.
And Little Caesars.
right.
Gross.
That's what you use to cut. That's what you use to cut a personal pizza. Little
John-
Caesars.
John just nominated South Park the movie, The Fifth Element, and Starship Troopers.
We've already done.
We already done 2 of those 3.
Somebody's
We've
not
done 2 of
watching.
those 3. Yeah, the Starship Troopers, that was our first movie, wasn't it?
Yep.
That's episode 1, John. Check it out.
And I think Fifth Element was episode 2.
Was it
Yeah.
episode 2?
Yeah, because that when I heard that the two of you that those were the 2 movies you reviewed, I'm like, I want in. So episode 3 came up.
And 3 was Tucker and Dale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
our- you jumped us in with Tucker and Dale.
There's another movie I just saw that well, I didn't just see it, but I just saw it in the recommendations, and it reminds me of Tucker and Dale sort of, and it's called Knights of Badassdom, and it's got these LARP guys that you guys know what LARP is, right?
Yes.
Live action role playing. Well, it's got these LARP guys, and it stars Peter Dinklage and Jason Stackhouse from True Blood. I don't know what the actor's name is, but he was the guy who played
That was
Jason
him.
Stackhouse. What's
That
that?
was it. That was his real name.
Yeah, yeah. Israel says Cinco de Mayo isn't an actual holiday in Mexico. Well, it's a good thing we're not in Mexico tomorrow. We're gonna be in Santa Ana, which is kind of like New Mexico.
Like Little Caesars, Little Mexico.
I think Israel put up some recommendations earlier. He had V for Vendetta, Blood In, Blood Out, and Fight Club.
Damn
Oh,
it, that's half my list, Israel.
We'll start nominating those in a little bit. What we're gonna do right now is I didn't put the mark. I got everything around me. I even got pork rinds to eat, but I don't have the marker to write on the wheel. Let me grab that 1 sec.
Oh,
Hey,
here we go.
before the transition, though, I just want to comment just really quickly with the success of Invincible and a lot of these comic book movies and adaptations. I really hope that Hollywood or producers starts waking the hell up and start giving comic book creators more credit, taking them a little bit more serious, and really just start treating them better, because those dudes are putting out some of the freaking best television out. I mean, The Boys, Invincible, Walking Dead, like all of those, man, like those all came from comic books, and those creators need to they need to start taking care of them a little bit better. My
Definitely.
opinion, you know.
Definitely.
My opinion.
And then, hey, one more thing while we're on Invincible, man, real quick. So obviously there's a hell of a lot of pulling from other comic book characters. There's maybe one original character in this whole entire show. And that really got me thinking, do these creators like who owns an idea? Should we just let everybody play with toys in the sandbox? Or should we say, no, Batman is DC's, you can't fucking play with him. Sorry. I know you had a good story, but like we're not gonna allow that. I'd like to hear what you guys think, because I don't know.
I
think
kind
that-
of saw. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nate.
No, go ahead. You're a comic cave guy.
No, I was gonna say, like, I saw it like a how am I trying to word this? Like a fantasy. Like, this is what I would do if I got to write Superman, but I'm not allowed to write Superman because he can't do certain things, like suffer from a superiority complex or murder almost an entire race to prove a point to his son. So it's like, if you change it just enough and make it your own, why the hell not? You know, like he had what was it? Instead of the Justice League, it was the Guardians of the Globe. Obviously, you know, he's referring to them.
I love that opening scene of that first episode too. I'm like, dude, Aquaman's a fish. This is great. This is so good. And I was trying to like point Martian Manhunter, and I was going through all of it. Sorry, I was
Just switch it up a little bit. The boys did it too. Just switch it up a little bit. And like I said, like you can make your character, make this character the diversity that you want.
But just changing it, I mean, are they changing it to get around legal precedent and rules, or are they doing it because it's like genuinely an interesting change? Yeah, Liz.
say the same thing.
Go for it. You address
Is that with the boys, I know that was Garth Ennis just pissed off at DC and Marvel. He was just upset with them, and he's like, okay, well, F you guys, I'm gonna do this. And he mocked everything. And he's been upfront about that from the beginning. I don't know what Kirkman, his thing was. It could just be that he was just using simple tropes that everybody's familiar with so he could get his story across and not have to worry too much of the meta. You know what I mean? Like, we recognize who these kind of guys are just because I'm kind of using, the Justice League or whoever, and just to get, like I said, just to get the stuff across. And so that people are more focused on his story more so than they are on him spoofing the characters. Whereas Ennis, his main focus was all about those guys, all about the supers in the boys, because he wanted them to be mocked and he wanted them to show the depravity of who they are and things like that, the hypocrisy and things like that. He was using it more as a statement, I think, whereas Kirkman, just from what I've read, I haven't read any interviews with him, just from reading the comics, it seems like he's just using it. So it's similar. It's a simple trope, yes, that you don't focus so much on this. You're just reading his story and getting more involved in his story. And you already know what the world is like because you already know these characters over here.
This is a really big subject because you can address it from so many angles. I have to say, just from my own perspective, I've long upheld the idea that creators are the ones who have the right to the characters that they have, and they have the right to do with it. And it's inappropriate for other people to take those things and to run with it to make a buck off of it, or to establish their own setting and use those characters as part of the background. Now, I make allowances for things like satire, like kind of what Ennis is doing with the boys. That doesn't bother me as much. But if you've ever watched the competition between DC and Marvel over the years, it's kind of ridiculous. DC has its own Spider-Man. I forget what he's called, like the Black Spider or something like that. They have their own version of the Red Skull. He's called the Gray Skull, but he looks the same. they just copy each other constantly. And it's really disgusting because it shows you the shallow depth of creativity that exists within these companies. And then you can look at it from another angle that, Marvel and DC have kind of set the tone for superhero comic books for, we're getting close to 100 years. And everybody that's in the business now grew up in that genre. So how easy is it to think outside the box and to come up with something genuinely new and fresh, and you're not just doing some creative retelling of some other story that exists. And then if it's that ubiquitous, if it's that much out in the public sphere where everybody has access to it and remembers it and everything like that, at what point does it become something like the old myths like Hercules and Thor and things like that, where anybody can take the story and tell what they want? What is the distance at which intellectual property goes? It's a really hard thing to answer, especially because the final thing that I'll say on this is that when you're dealing with the creators of intellectual property, sometimes these a-holes lose their damn mind and they ruin the property that they started. The great example, of course, is the bearded one, George Lucas, who totally screwed the pooch on the greatest sci-fi franchise of all time. But, the question is, does he have the right to take a dump on his own property? I mean, yeah, but don't the people who love their material have some kind of say in it? Don't we have the right to say, hey, don't make Captain America a Nazi? Don't make Iceman gay? Don't we have a right at some point to say, hey, enough is enough? I don't know what the answers to those are, because like I said, historically, I've always been very supportive of the total right of a creator and things, but these last couple of years have been pretty complex in terms of thinking through those things.
We got some feedback for some watchers. Let's see. Israel says a good movie director borrows from another movie. A great movie director steals from other movies. I don't know, something like that. Basically, you get something and make it your own. I don't think it's a bad thing, me personally, because it's another take. And then John says, what's truly original these days? It's got to go both ways, right? Like Lego, your original question was twofold. And I think it's each different person is doing different. Garth's doing one thing and Kirkman's doing another thing. And, Watchmen was a whole another thing itself, but it was all very similar, types of deals with the reinvention of similar characters. And then I think that, when you're writing an established character, I'm with Josh, you're going to, Stan Lee can't keep writing the Fantastic Four. He's gone now. But does that mean the Fantastic Four has to be gone? No, it doesn't. The Fantastic Four could continue, but I don't think that they should really permanently change up the core of who those people were. I mean, I guess they can if they want to, but people don't change. You like bad people don't become good and good people don't become bad. We're all shades of gray. And I think if you tell stories along people's evolutions and that's one thing, but making like digging in like X-Men, I'm an X-Men fan. All of a sudden Cyclops is walking the Malcolm X beat as opposed to walking the MLK beat, which you guys know that the original X-Men were metaphors for, Martin versus Malcolm. And it seems like, Cyclops kind of switched sides, and they did take a long time to do it. And it was the gradual thing. And I think it was done in a way where you can understand the evolution of the character. But if you would have did that with Cyclops in, 1982, just on a whim, it wouldn't have made sense. So, you have to, there's a responsibility. Like there are fictitious characters, but are they? Because, they're people that we end up knowing and loving and following, and they have stories, and the stories, hold merit and value and change our lives. Like I remember when I watched, to Josh's point, I don't think that George Lucas destroyed Star Wars, but I do think that there was a drop off in the prequels. But once he was totally removed, and the Last Jedi came out, and they just man, my I don't even want to say my analogy for Luke Skywalker. I've said it to John before and to Liz before about them stealing something from me. I left raped out of that theater. Like, I had my childhood hero stolen from me and replaced with the blue milk drinking bitch, and like, it was irresponsible on the part of the people who own that property to do that to certain fans. So,
I would go beyond irresponsible. I think it was intentionally destructive, which makes it worse, because when you were talking about Stan Lee and the Fantastic Four, it made me think like maybe it's the original creators of the property that have the right to do with it what they want, and those that come later aren't allowed to change it wholesale. I don't know. And then how would you police something like that? How do you even, you'd either have to get cultural buy-in, or you'd have to get like an intellectual property police, and who wants to do all of that? It's a really complicated situation.
But how much of this is story? How much of this is story written being done to fit with the modern times and the modern mentality? Because I get the Marvel Epic collections, and I read the Fantastic Four, but I read the early Fantastic Four, the first few issues. And you read that, and Sue Storm is very, I miss Reed, and what's going on with Reed, and you know what I mean? It was but that was the time that it was written. Women took, that's how women were. They were about the home, about their husbands. They weren't strong. She wasn't a strong female character back then. She was she was who the modern woman was at that time. And then you start getting more into the 70s, into the 80s. And now she's married, and now she's in love triangles with Namor. Now she's wearing skimpy costumes, and now she's, you know what I mean? So the story and the art progressed with who the character, and not who the character was, but the time is too. And you have to take that into account to some degree, because they're trying to meet an audience that is present now. You may not like the now, the morals and the ethics and the politics and all that stuff now, so you don't have to read it, but I think it's one of those things where these characters are always evolving to meet to the current standards of the world type situation.
Well, and that's really what the foundation is, right? So the standard of each age changes. When they wrote Steve Rogers in 1941, that culture, that society had a completely different set of standards than we do today. I mean, to have Captain America be in a position where in the comic book he is, gonna fight against Jordan Peterson, and he's supportive of Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ rights and stuff like that. That would be completely foreign in 1941. If they published a comic with those kinds of ideas, you'd probably have the feds busting down the door at Marvel trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And so, all of these, so you can't say that politics and social mores didn't have any impact in the comics back then. They did. It was just a different time with different morals. So I guess the question has to be, is there a set of moral standards and expectations that transcend time and society so that we can expect a standard? Or do we just have to shrug our shoulders and say, well, I mean, it is what it is?
Jose, go
What's
ahead,
up?
man. Looks like you're itching to talk, but they went on a tirade.
No,
Sorry.
yeah, no, I love listening to it because because that's what this show is all about, But I think the story of being told in Invincibles is also, to go back to Lego's original question of, original characters and all this other stuff. Why was Image created in the first place? It was like Todd McFarlane, Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, but it's not Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man. It's Marvel's Spider-Man. And it was almost like, they weren't allowed to to do certain, they weren't allowed to take certain liberties with these characters. And even though they weren't getting paid well, or at least by those standards, I mean, these guys were creating these fantastic worlds for these companies, and they really couldn't take certain creative liberties, like create a ultraviolent, Superman who had a son and who wanted him to help him, bring in this world into a federation. So I think what I appreciated about Invincible is also its comic origin, and further down, down that Image Comics as a company. It's enabled Robert Kirkman to then take these, the outline of what, of the Justice League and all of that, and made it his own. And I see nothing wrong with that, because, and you guys touch bases on the Fantastic Four. Look at what Disney did when they brought up Marvel and Fox, or whoever was it, Sony, who owned the Fantastic Four movie rights.
Wow.
These fools, do you guys not remember? They cut off the Fantastic Four comics to bully them and to finally selling the rights over. And
X-Men
it worked.
too.
They
And
did that
X-Men
to the
too.
X-Men.
And that's what I'm
They
saying.
didn't cut them
too.
off, but they were taken out of all the posters. Like if you're getting Marvel posters from what, like 4 or 5 years ago, they didn't have
They didn't.
Wolverine in the
didn't.
full lineup.
And that's what I'm saying. So who's to say we could? And now we're getting, now that they finally got their stuff in order.
You could say it was bullying, but you could also say, like, why would we give you guys free press we don't have to continue to do this for you guys if you guys aren't doing anything. I think they were trying to go together with those guys to make like a Spider-Man deal, because Sony still owns Spider-Man, but Sony came to the table with Disney and Marvel to include Spider-Man, but Fox wouldn't do it. So Disney was like, you know what, then Wolverine's off the poster, and they ended up getting him back. So hopefully they do something good with the X-Men. Like these characters should be all together.
Yeah, but what do you do, or what do you say if you are a diehard Fantastic Four fan? Well, I gotta shut up. Well, this is their move. I gotta let the big boys figure it out. That's messed up.
There were a lot of pissed off people at the comic book store when Fantastic Four was ending, and the reason behind it. It wasn't like, oh, well, they're just getting a new creative team, so they want to get some stuff, some time to. No, it was because Marvel didn't want to give Fox any more good storylines to then therefore do movies based off of. And that happens a lot.
Yeah, and part of, and in business, you also learn that one of the most important things is timing. Timing is almost everything. You could have everything else in order, but if the timing isn't right, so who's to say, someone like Rick Remender or Matt Fraction or Brian K. Vaughan or some of these heavy hitters, who's to say they didn't have an amazing Fantastic Four storyline lined up and they got yanked out? We don't know, because we're just the consumers. Who's to say that we didn't lose out on, who knows, the most pinnacle or the most amazing Fantastic Four story, because these guys couldn't play ball, because these companies couldn't get along, and the creator decided to move on to another or different project. That's also part of, who's going to take responsibility for that? And who's to say, that creator didn't have the resources to go to Image or to get an artist together and to create their own quote unquote Fantastic Four? You know what I mean? I feel if you change it enough and you have an amazing story to tell, the people are going to appreciate it, and they'll remember, yes, it's a reference to the Justice League. Yes, it's a reference to the Fantastic Four. It's all and that's what really annoyed me. It's like Liz said, I was really annoyed. I wasn't a diehard Fantastic Four fan, but the reason behind that, it's like, really, it's like, and who was the owner then? The owner of the movie rights, the owner of the comic? It was annoying. And I hate it when that kind of crap happens, because who knows what we miss out on.
Definitely.
Now, do you suppose, just we'll speculate for a moment, let us suppose that there was no such thing as intellectual property, that anybody could take any characters that they wanted and tell whatever story they want? What kind of an environment would that create? Wouldn't it really shake out that there would be like one set of writers and artists that were just doing an amazing job, and everybody would gravitate to them and leave the rest of them behind? I mean, wouldn't that really be what it would be like?
You know what it's like? It's called crossover.
Well,
Dude,
I
how good
actually-
is crossover?
I was thinking this. I almost feel like here's a little clickbaity title for all you folks out there, but are ideas communist in nature? I mean, once they're out there, everybody's got them, and it's up to the individual to do with them what they may. And like by putting all these little rules and restrictions and saying this is mine, you can't touch it, you can't play with my toy. Like, are we cutting things out that we could be experiencing? I don't know if the best things would rise to the top or if it would just become a total, shit show. But I think it's at least interesting to talk about.
It is, and I think that would go with what Nate has talked to us in the past, where he says if a guy's got a really bizarre, weird, idea for a Fantastic Four or Spider-Man or Batman story, let him tell it. If it sucks, it sucks. We as the consumers are going to say, hey, dude, that story sucked, and not buy it, move past it. And then somebody else comes along. They give us an amazing story. Hey, that was great. Thank you for that. Boom. Next person comes along. It sucks. Nate said it before. Let the people do it. And then if it, let us speak. Like, give them the opportunity.
So the only thing that I see that would be a problem with that kind of a view, where you basically put it out there where anybody can do anything, is canon. Canon is destroyed. So there's no official storyline, no official timeline. And what you have is DC before the Crisis on Infinite Earths, where there's like 37 different versions of everybody, and they had to like coalesce it into a single universe. Yeah, you get great stories and people would be free to tell what they want, and the great stuff would probably sell the best and everybody else would get kind of shunted. But the flip side is that there would be no official history for something like the Fantastic Four. It's like, well, who decides what official is? Well,
Ask any modern comic book reader, what's canon right now? Because we've had reboots after reboots after reboots, and I'm just freaking lost. Which is why I like self-contained stories like Wonder Woman, Dark Earth.
Like what DC does with those cartoons that they release, where they're just individual stories. They just drop. There's maybe some kind of random continuity at the beginning, and you never know what happens afterwards. But it's not like a super solid set canon. I like with those random DC cartoons that drop.
Yeah,
they're done pretty well.
It's like, yeah, there's a history, but they're retconning stuff left and right sometimes. Like I don't even know. You guys, I'm like, dude, we read comics on a weekly basis. But if you were to ask me seriously, like, oh, what's going on with this and that, I would kind of be lost. I'll be like, hold on, let me retrace real quick, because I know that they changed that, or this person did this, and these are the top, these are the big guys. This is DC, this is Marvel, this is the Justice League. So it's like they're doing it to themselves already.
Yeah, it's a really annoying. One of the things that really bugs me about comic books, and it has for a long time, is both retconning and multiverse stuff. It's just an excuse to throw monkey wrenches into established canon anyway. So there's kind of a sense in which the major companies don't even give a crap about canon as it is in the first place.
It used to be amazing when you had like a book get to like. Now they do it because they're trying to go for that money grab. Like, oh, Batman's about to hit 1,000 issues. Oh, now but before that, wait a minute. Batman was issue number 21 last week.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? All of a sudden it's issue 1,000. Like, it's just, that's what I mean. Yeah. I don't know. I have to throw my hands up and just be like, I don't know. I guess they retcon what I thought was canon. And that's getting really annoying too. I appreciate the established history, but I have to, be real and know that these companies can do whatever the hell they want with it. But so that's why I appreciate those self-contained stories. And that's why I appreciate when a good Batman story comes along. And that's why it pisses me off when they charge you $8 for a book that's shitty. It really does. I'm like, who the hell are you to charge $8 for this crap?
You know what I'm excited about? That I've been trying to get some content out of Invincible for 6 weeks, And we finally just drugged this shit out for 45 minutes. It's like, yeah, I finally got Invincible to hit. Fucking finally, man.
So please go watch it. Lego,
You
sorry.
know what?
did we-
It's worth
did
it.
we-
It's worth
Yeah,
it. It's a
Lego,
good
did we
watch.
answer your question at all? Sorry.
Hey, no, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to hear everyone's thoughts on this, and
Okay.
yeah, you guys all had a lot of good input, so that was really entertaining. Thank you guys.
Except Isaac.
But you guys just all went and went and went. I had nothing else to put in there. It's like Nate said, 45 minutes of dialogue here, and I'm just like,
He's like, I just want to talk about me.
I'm listening up and down, and that's it.
Just playing with this little guy over there. Like, I just want to talk about May the 4th.
This guy over here.
Oh, good times.
Uh,
Well, I was going to start the wheel, but Jose just took off on us. That was a good segue into getting his 6 selections, but looks like we're gonna shift off into something else. Let's see. Anybody got any art ready?
I do.
Let's see
I've
it.
got my Walking Dead 109 blank that I got from Tom Neely, crossover Walking Dead Humans.
Nice.
Oh, God, that's beautiful.
That's cool.
I apologize. That conversation left me with a really dry throat, so I had to get some water.
Oh, it's okay.
That's all I've got in art this week. What
Oh,
you
nice.
got?
That's so cool. Tom Neely's such a good dude, and his human comics are some of the best I've read.
Yep.
Anybody else have anything?
So
Oh, Liz
Go
is
for it,
getting
Nate.
something. I've
Yeah.
got.
Liz is bringing out the big guns. So
Oh,
you
Liz-
go next.
Liz
Right,
is bringing
yeah.
out the.
Art, like,
She's
you
got the
guys-
Mona Lisa.
I was gonna say she's got an original hieroglyph from the pyramids in Egypt. It was done originally.
I have a lot of comic art like you guys do. I have cover art. This is another
Oh my God.
illustration from one of the books that I helped publish
Oh my
Right.
God, that's beautiful.
by an artist named Zach McCain. He's the same artist that did the Creature from the Black Lagoon and the werewolf one and the tribal art one from last week.
Hey Liz, when you guys are moving, if you don't have any room for that in the box, I'll take it.
Yeah, okay. We got a box just perfectly shaped for the bigger art pieces like that.
Yeah, if you guys need help moving, let me know.
Jeez.
We thought the truck was gonna be more full with comic boxes and stuff. I don't understand. Why do we have all this room?
Next episode of the Comic Cave, we have no room to move. We got all these comics all of a sudden.
Aha!
Oh
All
man.
right.
Nice.
Let's see. We got Wolverine by Humberto Ramos
Oh, I'm jealous.
That's
Nice.
nice.
with his cool stamp that he does.
I was gonna say, did he start doing the stamp at that time?
That's cool.
He's dope, man. Humberto Ramos, man.
And then I've got another Wolverine by Brian Bucciolato
Oh, cool.
by the Booch. The Booch
You got that
Brands.
at Wizard. You got that at the LA Comic Con, right?
WonderCon.
Okay.
WonderCon like 13, I think, 2013.
Yeah.
It was the one where I was wheeling Miles around in the stroller as dressed as Spider-Man, and he was sleeping like half the day, like
Dang.
in the stroller. He was like 60
And now he's
pounds.
pushing you in the wheelchair while you're sleeping.
Right. Full
Dude's
circle.
big.
Circle of
That dude
life.
is- That dude is big, man.
He's a big
Wild.
dude, man. Just turned 14. He's like 5'10. He's going on 5'11.
Shit.
I don't know where it came from.
Right.
Skull dudes, we got any Scullies up there?
We got some skull dudes. I'm gonna show a Sandman piece first by the great Eric Canete. I figured I'll just work through this Sandman book until Netflix releases the Sandman show. Damn you, get on that. It's supposed to come out sometime this year. We'll see. Let's hope. And there should
in
be
the
enough
works
in this book
already.
to cover the whole year. So let's.
Israel, if there's a Comic-Con again, you can totally go with us. It's only $5 a person to hang out.
Start charging for our
We'll
presents
give you
now.
we'll give you some of our merch. It's $20 a shirt, and we'll autograph it right under our pictures.
Yeah.
You can get a Beavis autograph from Jose.
Yeah. I charge for my autograph though, and if you're trying to CGC it, it's gonna cost you.
I just shot that video today. I'm working on the edit for it, where I talk about the monkey's paw and Stan Lee. Was it April 13th, 2017, where we went to go get his free signature, but they doubled and tripled all the prices for CGC on that deal. So, like, yeah, you can get the free signature, but if you want to get it slabbed, it's going to cost you like your left leg and a testicle, or an ovary if you're a girl.
No, I'll still pay Josh's testicle for it.
He's ragging on your cord, man.
All right, this is a good segue. Let's go to
Hold
Where's
on,
the
you didn't
skull
show
game?
off Lego Skull Dude.
art. Scully's.
You guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, you were grabbing it. Oh, there it is. Hey, that's dope.
Yeah, this is a little Sisyphus Atlas sort of thing. I had this dream where like civilization had you watched it grow from the ground, and then as it progressed, blood lifted it higher and higher, and so it became like this basically human civilization floating on all the blood of humanity. And I really like that idea. I feel like that's kind of right, that all of our ancestors have all died for what we have today. And I think that's beautiful and incredible and heartbreaking. And so that's what this is.
Yeah, but it's not perfect, so we need to burn it all to the ground.
Oh my God.
Fuck it.
And if you want to have dreams like that too, Lego's link is going to be right below to what he
Yeah, if you want to, I also brought a Scully Dude item that I got from Lego.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
It's
nice.
also got a building, but Godzilla's there fucking it up.
Skullzilla, I like it. I got to get me a piece of some Lego art other than stickers on my bike.
Oh, definitely.
For
We'll
sure.
hook you up with something. Maybe we'll get
Yeah,
you a
I would-
Wolverine.
I would like to get it, but I want premium materials.
This was done on
This one's on a
piece of
canvas.
paper.
This one's on a canvas. It's a
Yeah.
recycled canvas, but
Oh boy.
So when we strip it away, it's like dogs playing poker underneath it.
Lego, John had a question for you. Is that Eric Canetti from Verotech?
I don't think so. Like the Danzig thing?
Yeah.
Good
I don't know.
question.
That's a good question. I'd have to look that up.
I just read it. I don't know it. All right, Jose,
Why?
it's wheel time. We got 9 watchers now. We have peaked. We have peaked. Now there was 11, but it dropped. You got 6 movies, Jose.
Yeah, I do.
Jose's hosting next week. The wheel's coming back. And for those of you who missed out, Jose's picking 6 movies. And then we're going to open it up. Jose's picking 6 movies. Then we're going to put the wheel down, talk a little bit about some other things. And then towards the end or towards the middle, we're going to have the wheel open up for you guys to give your suggestions. And then we'll do Roman style and vote them in or vote them out. And then at the end of the show, we're going to spin the wheel of misfortune and see what we end up picking for next week's Late to the Party movie. So what's your first movie, Jose?
All right, let's go with Amores Perros. Trying to get y'all to watch a Spanish film.
And it is Loving Farts, right?
Yes. Let's put on there Soylent Green.
But we already know what it is.
Put on the Omega Man.
Oh, it's a good one.
Let's put on Westworld.
I'm sensing a theme here.
West.
All remakes. How many do I have? Let's put on The Mask.
They're
I
really
want y'all
wanting
to
us
get-
to watch that movie, huh?
I wanted y'all to get some Jim Carrey in there, y'all.
Okay.
And then the fifth one, let's do. Wait, how many do I have?
That's 5. One more.
All right, let's do for Santana's sake, let's do Blood In, Blood Out.
Awesome. Okay. We've got Jose's picks on the wheel. There's still 10 more. So viewers, get your ideas together to give us your 10 suggestions, and then we'll do our Roman style vote coming up here shortly. Lego,
What's up?
you had a recommendation for today's show.
Oh, I did. There's a new Netflix anime out there. It's called Yasuke. What kind of piqued my interest was the composer is Flying Lotus, and he's a phenomenal musician. If you don't listen to him, you probably should. But he was hyping the show up, and I decided to check it out. I'm not a huge anime guy, but I watched the first episode and I thought it was pretty interesting. It's all about this black samurai. He's kind of taken in by this lord. Shit goes crazy. The empire crumbles and he becomes a boatman in this village. And it's odd that he's a black dude in feudal Japan. There's also lots of magic, crazy, magic arrows and spells, and there's like a
Robots.
demon guy, and there's robots. Yeah, robots, mechs, like also, dude. The show is crazy. It's pretty violent. It's not like Berserker violent or Invincible violent, but it's pretty violent. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see where it's going. But yeah, I don't know if anybody got a chance to watch that other than me. I know Nate might have a little something to say about it.
Did anybody else check it out besides me? I binged it today.
Oh, you binged it?
I watched the whole thing from the rooter to the tutor.
Oh,
Did
right
anybody
on.
else watch it today? Yeah, I'm off
I
on
had
Mondays, so
Work.
once he
at
suggested it,
work.
that's what I did today. I didn't want to be I didn't want to leave him on Invincible Island by himself. So do unto others, right?
Yeah.
No, there was some interesting stuff in it. I liked. If you only caught the first episode, the gore does come. The gore comes. The gore is just as gory as Invincible. Well, not quite as gory, but it's as gory as it can be without superpowers.
Okay.
And it was okay. It was good, but it started it's the first third of it started to get preachy to me, and I felt like it was starting to push that woke agenda, and then it kind of backed off, and then I was okay with it. So I mean, the first mini boss is a white guy who's wearing a cross around his neck. He's like a priest, and he's the first mini boss in feudal Japan, and it's just kind of like these people weren't there, like, so it's
These are magic arrows.
yeah, magic arrows. And that was the thing I was thinking about, John, when we were talking about these things before, and he was like, so that's where you suspend belief on, whether or not there's a Christian priest in Japan, but you're okay with there being robots in the Middle Ages and magic arrows. So it made me like, go back and look like, yeah, where do I draw the line? Do I draw the line on when it gets to be forced inclusion? But I do accept the robots and the magic arrows. Like, so, I know John's watching, you did plant an earworm on me with that one. So it was a good watch. I recommend you watch it. But I did feel during the first third of it that it was trying to get a little bit preachy to me. But like I said, I felt like it backed off. But it was a good watch.
Right on. Well, I'm curious. I hope everybody gets a chance to at least check out the first episode. But I enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully be able to come back with some more knowledge and let you guys know what I thought once I get to the end.
Well, since we're talking about new movies or type TV show, I have to say, John and Lucas turned me on to a new, I think it was on Netflix. It's called Mitchell's versus the Machines. It's by the same people who did Enter the Spider-Verse. And it's friggin' hilarious. It's basically an apocalyptic, it's animated. It's basically an apocalyptic type setting where the machines have taken over. It's like a Steve Jobs kind of guy. He created a phone app thing called Pal, who's your personal assistant. And now he's upgraded it from your phone to an actual robot. And it's funny because the robots kind of vaguely look like the robots from iRobot, the Will Smith one. And they basically go out and they're going to take all the humans off the planet and get them off the planet. And so the only humans that are left is this weird family called the Mitchells and their struggle to free humanity from the robots. And it is fantastic. I think the kids are going to love it. There's a lot of laugh out loud moments, and it's a fun family movie to watch. It's called Mitchell's versus the Machines, and I recommend that one. But yeah, it's pretty. He didn't get a chance to see it. John and Lucas watched it over the weekend. Lucas watched it like 3 times. Then we had to watch it because we went over to Grandpa's house. So it was all of us had to sit there and watch it today. And even on the 4th setting, it cracked him up. Of course, he's 6, but there were still a lot of funny moments in that movie. I highly recommend it one. Yeah.
Check it out this weekend.
That's what John's putting on their dog pig bread because there's a pug in it. They have a family dog and it's a pug, and it's pretty funny. I'll have to watch it with you this weekend, honey. You'll like it.
Sure.
You like Enter the Spider?
Sure.
It was okay. I know the Spider-Verse is a mess of multiversing, and you know how I feel about that.
We watched Far From Home this weekend.
Yeah, we haven't seen
it yet.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I hate Jake Gyllenhaal. So he was perfect for this role. Because I also hate Mysterio. I thought it was good. I liked it. It was a nice addition. Then all the cut scenes too were pretty fun. The end credit or the actual, yeah, that was good too. They did a good job.
Yeah, they did.
I
And
thought
then
it,
seeing, go ahead.
I was just saying, I thought it was a decent addition, but honestly, the thing that pleased me the most was at the beginning when I saw the Sony logo, and I remembered that they okey doked Disney and kept Spider-Man. That was the best.
What were you gonna say, Isaac?
I forgot.
You can't do that. You can't interrupt Isaac.
Sorry. Ask Crumb. What
You know what though? Like through the movie, when Peter's talking to like Nick Fury, and he's like, "Well, can't you get this person and can't you get that person?" And he goes, "What about Captain Marvel?" And he had this like real visceral reaction to that, and I was like, "Huh? Why is that?" And then you watch the cutscene, you're like, "Oh."
Yeah, my only question is where the hell was Nick Fury at the end of that thing?
He's taking a siesta somewhere.
Yeah, but where?
He's on this space. He's
On the space shuttle with all
all the
the
scrolls.
scrolls. He's just chilling.
Remember?
I don't know. It
Getting
looked like
some,
He hated
he's getting
that
some
scroll.
he's getting some scroll booty up there.
it looked like there
Bro,
were more.
booty.
It looked like there were more
Get
than
it.
scrolls on that thing. So
He
Or
could
maybe-
have her change into whoever he wants in the MCU and then some.
that's true. It's like that shapeshifter in Boys season 2.
Oh, dude. Let's talk about that, dude.
That's so nasty.
That was so gross.
Wheelers, I haven't watched it.
Oh my goodness. Somebody get this man.
An Amazon account.
Sorry, they're texting me from work. Bunch of
How'd you watch Invincibles then?
I was joking. God. God.
Idiot.
Yeah. Nate, we knew they were texting you from work. We saw your face.
man.
You got to pay the cost to be the boss, baby.
Man.
Yeah, fun times. All right, I gotta get my head back. Get back onto this. Okay. Let's see.
How many
Wheel.
sandwiches are we making right now?
69 dudes.
Ah. I thought that was
Delicious crumb will always cheer me up.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this train back on course. Key issues. Isaac, what do you got?
I went through some of my boxes that are at my compound of comics, and I found this beauty.
Oh. Okay, Avengers.
Okay.
And then I found this one.
Oh.
I have them both. They were both signed by the writer, so I need to send them off to CBCS. Hopefully
do
get
it?
some. Yeah, these for sure. I'm gonna do it.
So-
They're probably not gonna be high grades because I read one of them, and the other one I was walking around the convention when I got it, and I didn't have a bagging board at the time. And then my next key that I also found was
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
this isn't in the greatest condition, but it's always nice to just have a nice key book like this.
Yeah, keys are
And those
keys.
are my keys.
Keys on Van Nuys. Anybody else got any keys today?
Man, we ain't got shit.
We're poor.
I've got the Uncanny X-Men number 168. This is
Oh, I love that cover.
It's a cool
yeah,
cover. Why is that book dope?
Is that first Morlocks?
First Kitty.
Yeah.
Oh, Fifth Kitty Pride. Nice.
Man, see? Oh, I just dropped it. It's ruined.
Nice.
Kitty Pride, Shane.
Kitty Pride. Is she an X-Man?
Yeah, they cut it off.
Yo.
But
Wolverine Origins.
Is that the one with the? Oh,
is that Reed Markade?
yeah.
No, that's Daniel Way's horrible signature.
Whoa,
Oh,
brutal.
geez. That
Yeah,
is
it's-
very brutal.
yeah.
Hey, why is that one a key?
First appearance of Daken, or if you're an idiot, Dakin.
Dockin.
What about
Rockin' with
Dockin?
Dockin.
What about Dockin? Like
it's-
two dudes docking.
Actually, that applies to him. So, right.
and those were both the same book. One was a variant of the other one. This is X-Men number 28.
First Banshee.
First appearance of the Banshee.
You mean Banshee?
Banshaw.
Banshee.
Banshee. Banshee.
See.
E. All
Ah,
right.
John.
These boys.
How about those pies, boys? Okay, let's see. What else have we got going on this week? Oh,
What about?
comics. Comic Cave.
Yes.
Pick of the week.
The pick of the week this week
Wasn't it?
was
Vader?
Two Moons.
Look at that cover. That was a spicy meatball.
That was a good one.
That was a really good one. Jeez, man.
Nate, I don't know if you'd like it. There's a little bit of magic. And
Could it be magic? Run.
I
Barry
didn't
Manilow
see any
was playing in the
I
background.
didn't see any magic arrows though. So maybe all right.
I thought it was shrooms.
It was a great episode, folks. You have to watch that episode. Two Moons. Isaac was at his comedic best. Sometimes he's a little bit quiet, but he was dropping his voices and saying his jokes. Got to watch that. Go back, check out that Two Moons video. It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
It's probably
We
like
like it.
it's like 15 views low of what the Comic Cave usually pulls in. So
Whoa.
some of you
That
guys
was such a
need-
good week too. There were so many good
it was
books.
it was a great week. Good
Hey,
books.
it
and
it
his
was a drop
comedy was
off.
delivering.
It was a drop off from last week's talking shit that people were just like, "Ah, fuck these guys."
That's the solo
It's the
solo
solo
episode. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had the last talking shit episode.
Nice.
That's true. Solo effect.
It's
That's
solo.
definitely true. Oh man. So let's see. You guys want to get back to the wheel? We can get back to the wheel. We'll,
Yes.
Next week.
Isaac, you want to
Next
you want to lead the way? I know you got the screen going there.
Okay. So
Get your thumbs
Israel,
ready, guys.
Israel starting first movie is V for Vendetta.
Yes.
So it's going on the wheel.
I love that movie.
Pick another person.
James Lewis picked Johnny Mnemonic.
Mnemonic.
That's with
Piano.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I like Keanu.
I am an FBI agent. I never seen it, so I'm gonna say let's watch it.
I'll give it a thumbs up. Keanu.
Yeah, quick, do these while Josh isn't here. Get as
Next
many
is
in.
John.
Yeah, man.
John with South Park the movie.
I haven't seen that.
Bigger,
You've
longer.
never
and
seen South
uncut,
Park? Bigger,
I've seen
longer,
the TV
uncut?
show, but I never saw the movie.
Oh man, you're in for a treat. It's a musical, so Josh is gonna hate it.
Did it get nominated for like best like song for and Robin
Yeah.
Williams sang the song, huh? I was wondering
Yes,
what that
he
was all
did.
about.
Yep.
What the heck is that? Oh geez.
Going back to Israel because he chose 3 movies. Life is Beautiful. I don't know what that's
I
about.
don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
know how old it is. Hell yeah.
I think
get
Josh
mine.
is hoping we get that movie. Can you see
So
it?
Lego gave that combo mask and graphic novel to Gwen for her birthday, and she opened it up right away and she's reading it right now. So I hope it gets picked so we can watch it.
nice. That's a good
Life
one.
is Beautiful is a music festival. Oh wait, no wait.
I was gonna say that's a music.
I've got it
festival.
pulled up right here.
Yeah,
It is a 1997 film, war romance. Gentle Jewish Italian waiter meets a pretty school teacher, wins her over with charm and humor. They have a son, and then they separated because concentration camps are a thing. It's got an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.6 on IMDb, and a 59% on Metacritic.
And this Metacritic's gonna say no. I don't want to be sad.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry.
Sorry, dude.
And then
we gotta
next-
be in the mood to be sad.
Not this week. Maybe
Next.
another time.
Yeah.
Next from Lewis is Idiocracy, starring Luke Wilson. It's about how our world is turning right now. From Judd Nelson, creator of Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill. And I'm gonna say, let's watch that one.
Carrying the cats.
Isn't that Mike Judge?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Mike
Oh.
Judge. Sorry.
Man, you really mispronounced that one.
Yeah.
Beavis would get my judge right.
It's like Judge Nelson. Who?
I'm
knew what
sorry.
you-
We knew
They
what
know
you
what I
meant.
meant.
Judge Dredd.
So is that going on the wheel?
Yeah, it is.
It's on.
All right. Next up from John Steinhardt is damn it. I can't find his movie.
Is it the
Sorry.
same one that he put in there?
No. It's Super Troopers.
Yeah.
I like
You know, I've
Super
never
Troopers,
watched
so I'm
that.
gonna say yes.
I'll watch that.
And
now.
Jose's never watched it. Oh man,
Yeah.
we definitely got to put that on the wheel.
Oh,
And
there's
then
one.
next from Israel is Fight Club. His name was Robert Paulson. And then last from John, one more movie, Desperado.
It's not Desperado. Silverado, you weirdo.
Well, I'm saying Desperado because I want to watch Antonio Banderas and Selma Hayek. So I'm giving it a
Oh, is that part of the mariachi trilogy?
yeah.
Silverado
That's the.
is so good. That has
I'll watch it.
everybody in it.
That's why I'll say it after Desperado. So, what do you guys say about Desperado?
Desperado? Yeah.
It was
All right,
I'm
now
Desperado.
Silverado.
I'm depression.
Now Silverado. Since you're saying who's in it,
Kevin Kline, Danny Glover, Kevin Costner,
holy shit.
who else is in it?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Brian Denny.
Brian
Jeff
Denny.
Goldblum.
What is this called?
Silverado. It's a Western, obviously. Sam Elliott.
1985. 1985.
It's not about a Chevy truck.
No, it's not. It's really good.
Rosanna
Patricia-
Arquette.
Yeah, Rosanna Arquette. I was gonna say one of the Arquettes is in that. So is
John
uh,
Cleese.
Okay,
Alfred Woodard. Was that who that was?
Lego.
The
Man, there's a lot of people in this.
Yeah, that movie is like
So Silverado.
Richard Jenkins from Step Brothers is in here as well. Hell yeah.
yeah, he plays one of the sheriffs. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that this movie's gonna win because John has that luck.
What an ass.
Right
at least
over
it's a good
Jose's
movie.
6 picks. Jose's 6 picks still gonna get chosen. It's gonna just go right past it into Silverado. And Jose's gonna have to host it in a cowboy hat with some guns, some 6-shooters.
John says I pick nothing but great movies.
No.
We end up
And that-
fucking damaged after we watch his fucking movies. We have to go to like counseling and shit.
How many spots do we have left?
We've got 3 spots to go.
Put V on there again.
Double it up.
Double it up.
5 times.
I'm ready to host.
V for Vendetta.
Pew pew.
Well, let Jose pick the other ones, then fill it out if he's got more.
Well,
Oh,
this
he's
way,
got a 6-shooter.
Okay, it's
What's in it?
empty.
right? Anybody like we got 10 watchers right now. So somebody else got some movies. We're about to give Jose more movies.
Going once.
Hey, let's
Wait,
throw Star Wars on there. Let's throw Star Wars on there.
There you
All
go.
right.
Yeah.
Because Jose had never seen Star Wars, and I showed it to him and had him watch it, and he loved it that he got the Millennium Falcon on his chest.
I really did.
Hmm.
You can't see my tattoos.
No job stoppers.
Ooh, Gladiator. I'm gonna go with
Ooh,
thumbs up for Gladiator
yes.
from John.
Gladiator.
One
All right.
movie left.
One movie left.
Who's it gonna be?
Where's
Put
Kitty
on
K with
Pootie-
white chips?
Put it on Pootie Tang for Jose
Pootie Tang.
or Soul Plane.
No, God, no, please. Even
Genius,
13-year-old
God.
Jose didn't like that one.
That was terrible. What's Empty? Is that a movie?
Oh, Karate Kid.
Oh, we just watched that with Grayson. We binge watched all 3 movies, and then we started
Went to
watching Cobra
Netflix?
Kai. Yep, and then we watched Cobra Kai. Let's go Karate Kid. Thumbs up for Karate Kid, everybody. Nobody.
El Niño de Karateka.
Wait, are you talking
Have
about
you-
the one with Jaden Smith?
No, we're talking about the original
Oh,
with
kidding.
Karate Kid was the last one that got put on the wheel.
The Jaden Smith version.
Oh, dear God.
You're lucky
All
that
right.
one's not 10 years old.
This will come back at the end of the show.
If,
So
if
let's
that
see.
kind of movie gets put on, then we have to put Battlefield Earth back on there. I mean, look, that movie's not really appropriate anyway because Jackie Chan is walking around in that movie constantly telling Jaden to jack it off.
What?
Yeah, take his jacket off. He's all, jack it off. Jack it off.
What the hell are you talking about?
Should be talking to kids like that.
I thought it was pick up your jacket off.
Ew.
Isn't it pick up your jacket?
Oh my God.
Check off around you.
That movie? Like, for real?
We what?
You watched it?
I went to the theaters and watched it.
You watched that movie?
No.
Oh, well,
Listen, man.
I was reliably informed.
That's
By-
how much was that Salacious Crumb, Isaac?
Too much. He was I bought him at Star Wars Land, and in true Disney fashion, he was $70.
you got
Oh,
a
that's-
from the pet store?
Yep.
I got AJ a Minot for his car. Yeah, it goes to the little crate box.
And it
everything.
comes in a little crate. So he goes in here when he goes to bed. He doesn't like it, but he has to go. Thinks he'll be able to sleep on the bed like the cats.
Yeah, when we went, I got AJ a Minoc so he could have one for the car.
Nice.
That's cool. They suck on the power cables, huh?
Yep, and it was a brand new car for him too. It's like, here you go, pal.
All right. So hey, if you guys got them, if one of your movies made it to the wheel, don't forget to smash the like button down below.
What did we get from Star Wars?
I don't know, man.
Lightsabers.
Headache.
It's
Sore
Oh, we got
feet.
the holocrons. We got to go get them.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't know where they're at.
They're sitting on
I've
the
got
shelf.
He doesn't want to get him.
I know,
I've got a
it's such
Sith holocron with Book of the Sith inside of it. Oh, he just wanted her to move out of his seat.
He did participate in Star Wars. He did the Jedi mind trick on her.
Hey,
No, Star Wars Land always fills me with regret because it's so focused on the sequels.
I guys really hate to do this. I am solo, so I got to go lay down with these kids. Spin the wheel when you guys get to it. Let me know what I'm be hosting.
Let's just do it right now.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it right now. Jose's leaving. All
Yeah.
the movies are on here. Spin the wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the
Silverado.
lesson that we should learn.
Please.
I'm gonna have to charge it.
I would have to plug it in.
We have to charge them. Yeah, we have to charge them.
Jeez. Nate, did you fix the wheel? That's a really good spin.
The thing's never up.
No, it's not gonna fit. It's these ones, you weirdo.
Oh, it's the old school ones.
What is it?
SPTM. I abbreviated something.
SP?
V for Vendetta?
No, sorry, Lego.
That's how I interpreted it.
SPTM.
Dang it. Now we have to go back.
South Park, the movie.
South Park the movie.
Oh, that's what it Josh is gonna love it. It's a musical.
Another John film has been chosen.
Are we gonna have to make him a host on the show now?
No, so here's the thing. If you want your movie to get picked, you're gonna have to give your list to John in advance and have him suggest them.
I'm gonna tell John. John,
That'll be the route we're gonna take.
He wants to know what he won.
If you got any question you want us to ask on the show, give it to Liz. And she'll ask us all on the show.
Exactly. All
Dude,
right.
This guy got to go to Vegas, man.
All right. I am looking forward to hosting South Park the movie. I gotta go put these kiddos to bed. I love y'all. Thank you very much. And I'll see you guys next week.
Peace
All
out.
right. See you then. Bye.
The screen gets bigger. I was thinking about having a guest come on for talking shit again. I think it was fun when we had Vince come on here.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of reserve that for like when Vince came, we had the Jordan Peterson Red Skull that I was interested to see his take on, because he's always putting up things that have to do with similar topics that on social media that draw my attention. So Josh is amused by something. Is it Isaac or?
Yeah. I don't know what
Okay.
he's doing.
He was moving his camera and I was, yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, I love that Salacious Crumb. I used to have I have a dragon that does the same thing. It's like a little fairy dragon, and he sits on my shoulder and it coos.
You need to bring him on.
Yeah, she's bought it, was very excited about it, and has used exactly 0 times.
So I've used this guy.
One
I've used this
time,
guy
one time.
3 times. This will be the 3rd time he's been on. I think I used him on the cave once. I don't remember. Maybe last year when I first got him, and I was super excited to have him.
Maybe he'll make an appearance on Comic Cave Live on
He'll
Cinco
be
de
on
Mayo.
Comic Cave. He'll be on Comic Cave Live tomorrow,
No doubt.
and I'm gonna
So-
make him take a shot.
Gonna get that boy fucked up.
What comes out next? What comes out tomorrow? I can't. I forgot to go check to see what was out.
We've got Bliss number 7 is coming to an end. Close.
Good.
This will
After
be
that
the
last cover with
this
fucking
will
shit
be
in it.
7 of 8. We've got a Deep Beyond number 4, which is coming out as well. We've got a book called The Good Asian or Good Asian number 1 that's coming out. We'll see what that's about. Looks like it's a noir. We've got a Noctera number 3. Lego's not really a big fan of that one.
I thought
Why?
issue 2 was better.
Okay.
I just didn't vibe with me. I don't know. I like Scott Schneider a whole lot. One of my favorites, but something just didn't vibe right with that book. But it picked up, so we'll see what happens with 3.
The big Marvel event, Heroes Reborn number 1 is coming out with 7 covers.
What?
7 covers.
That's it.
7 different covers.
It's like a Liefeld one. It's like a trading card one. It's the regular cover. Is there
Yeah,
a Scotty Young one?
there isn't a Scotty Young one. There's an
Really?
Art Germ one. There's also the action figure one.
Okay.
Yeah, but no Scotty Young on this one. That's weird.
Threw up in my
Um,
mouth a little bit. Sorry.
What else? Star Wars Bounty Hunters is gonna start up.
Does it have kaiju?
No kaiju. That was a wacky Darth Vader book. It was all when I was reading, I was laughing and showing these guys this book because they don't read that book. And they're just like, what the hell? So yeah, we had a spotlight that. The Strange Academy number 10, the Field Trip edition.
Hell yeah.
Strange.
Strange Academy's been really good.
Yeah. We've got a new book from Boom Studios called Eve. We'll probably check that one out. It's got 2 different covers. Wind is Back, number 6 of 5. I guess it was only supposed to be a 5 issue, but I think it's going to be an ongoing now, it looks like. Nothing else really. Looks like that's and then from DC, we've got Batman coming out. We also have the Batman Fortnite crossover number 2 that everybody's going crazy for number 1 last time it came out. And number 2 is coming out.
Everybody was wanting it because of the code, because you could get
Yeah.
this for hard. But I found out in the hardcover edition, they're going to release all those codes again for everybody. So when you get the collected edition, they're going to have all the codes in there again still.
So that's why the book dropped in price online.
Probably.
Makes sense. I forgot also Hollow Heart number 3 is coming out.
Oh,
That one we enjoyed with the Red Skull.
Yeah. That one's pretty weird. I saw too, Aftershock is releasing a one-shot with Cullen Bunn. It's called Eden. It's about a tattoo artist who's just bored with life, and this chick walks in named Eden, and she's looking for something different. So that's their hook. I'm down to check it out and see kind of what it's about, but I think it's supposed to be about like kind of a horror novel. So
that's what he does best, is the horror genre. I remember publishing his short stories before he was doing comic books and got into the comic book stuff. It was kind of cool because I got to read what ends up becoming Harrow County and like a short
really?
format. Yeah. So it was a short
Cool.
story that we published, and it was really good then. Then when I remember seeing when Harrow County was, because he didn't call it that. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I remember picking up Harrow County like, have I read this before? Because this sounds really familiar to me. And sometimes that happens to me because I read so much that I'm just like, oh, I know it's going to happen, or, you know. And I was like, no, this looks, and I went, Cullen, oh my gosh. And I got all excited. So
I know
his
him.
His stuff's really good. I like a lot of his work.
Definitely. Same. So we'll probably check that one out too. Another
Yeah.
big week.
Yeah, that was a lot of titles.
The only thing that goes out of Cohen's, he did Deadpool. He did a run on Deadpool, which is out of his normal, like.
He did some. Didn't he do
genre.
another superhero one too? Trying to remember.
John said we should check out Garth Ennis's Marjorie Finnegan Temporal Criminal from Upshot.
I didn't see
I
that
like
on the
that
list.
title.
Sounds cool.
Right, say that 10 times fast.
No. What's it about? Time cops and robbers?
I don't know. What's it about, John? Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. He sends a crying, laughing emoji. Comes out Wednesday.
Okay.
That's what it's about. It's about coming out on Wednesday.
Cool. I did a bunch of Cullen Bunn did a bunch of Deadpools. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe 2. Not a Living Deadpool. He also wrote a Star Wars Darth Maul. Some Venomverse stuff. He's got quite the wheelhouse, this man.
I think that Carnage book comes out tomorrow too.
Oh yeah, the Carnage book, number 3, that anthology.
Huh.
Short
So
stories.
it looks like Marjorie Finnegan is just kind of going through time and like collecting trinkets.
So you called it. It's Time Cop.
Yeah. And then so Pete
It sounds
Marshall-
worse. It's not Time Cop. It's Time Museum Curator.
fucking thing, dude.
Get over there.
That's cool. Was that in the archives with your comics and you decided to bring it out?
Yeah. When I
It
was
was
going
back-
through the books, yeah,
It was in
back
the
at
old
com-
cave.
Yeah, I was at the old compound.
What are you talking about?
The Branch Davidians.
The Branch Davidians. Oh, those guys. Should get
All right.
Cullen sign at the store.
Right. Looks like it's time to wrap up. We only have 4 people watching, and probably the 3 of us and one other, who's John.
John and Louise. I don't think we count. At least
Oh,
me
we
and
don't?
Isaac don't. You and I don't.
Well, Josh and I are watching.
Yeah, I had it on the Comic Cave too.
Oh, there you go. I guess that's 6 watching now.
Nice.
Pick back up again every time we try to we start wrapping it up and then they come on. We don't want to leave them hanging. That Salacious Crumb is dope, dude. Are they still selling it? $70. That's actually not that bad.
I would think so. They probably didn't sell out because they've been closed for the last year.
You might not even have to go into Disneyland to get it because
Yeah,
they
you would.
turned
they-
the Rainforest Cafe into like the trading post or whatever. So that's a huge Star Wars store now.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
Dope.
they have another one that's the colors from the Clone Wars. That's black and blue.
Repaint.
Yeah, well, in the Clone Wars, it's fighting a monkey, an actual monkey, and the pirates have them fighting.
What are those things called again?
But
Salacious is
it's a Kalwickian monkey lizard.
he's a lizard.
He's a hybrid.
Monkey lizard.
It's
Half
like the
man, half
Avatar.
amazing.
Yeah,
He's-
it's like
I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna say he's like the dog from the Mitchells versus the Machines. Dog, pig, loaf of bread.
The the Ontario Con, is that still going on?
yeah.
saw-
Everything's slowly getting dates now.
Sanchez was posting books that he was going to be selling there.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's exciting.
We have
Right?
a booth at LA Comic Con. Well, it's in December, I think. They're taking
nice.
stuff open for that.
Man, I got to see
December
what's
what?
up.
December
That's a good question. It's December. I don't know because I'm not.
2021.
That's my brother's thing. He has the dates. I just know we have the table or the booths.
What's the date, John?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, John.
He said-
Oh,
he just
Bad-
said the same thing I just said.
Bad Batch is coming. New Star Wars cartoon.
I think I just saw the previews for that too. You're such a dick. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's dropping tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's cool. I liked it.
Well, that makes sense. They're releasing it on May 4th.
Does it? You know, I learned about that from my wife.
What?
That whole May the 4th thing, where it's like trying to bring Star Wars together with somebody with a fucking speech impediment saying the Force. So fucking lame. May the 4th. Bringing a lisp in to sell Star Wars.
Jeez. Well, Disney jumped on it years ago, and they made a bunch of pins for that day. And then the next day they
You
call
show
it
Daffy
Revenge
Duck
of the,
saying it.
they did a Revenge the 5th, and they have pins for that too.
Nice.
Just remember, they're the ones that have like Vader and Boba Fett doing dance routines. So they
Hell
don't
yeah,
have respect for
that's
it.
sexy.
Mm. Sexy like a school bus fire.
Yeah.
Oh, it's December 3rd through the 5th is LA Comic Con.
Maybe.
God.
As long as they don't have to, as long as I don't have to sew a giant star on my shirt to say whether or not I can get into the con, that'll tell me whether or not I want to go into.
No, it's not going to be a sewn. It's going to be a microchip that you're going to have to put your finger on, and it'll say pass or no pass.
I have to show a little piece of paper on Facebook to get hearts and likes.
You know, they're going to have to anal swab you before you enter.
That's right.
I'd rather get anal swab than
Yes,
pricked.
go! Go!
Loki heard anal swab, and he's like, "Oh, I'm here."
I'm ready.
He's got his anus already too.
He's got his anus already. Like, go ahead, sir. Do your damage.
Where's my orange kitties? They're all
You're
probably
feeling like a
sleeping.
super villain while you're petting your cat.
Sometimes.
Miles just sent me the Marvel Phase 4 trailer. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't watched it yet. He just legit. That's what I was looking at. What did you think
It's
of it, Isaac?
it's literally just Stan Lee like narrating, and then it shows up into the Black Widow trailer, the Eternals trailer, and then it shows a bunch of the new titles and dates for the next phase of Marvel, Phase 4. I'm excited. Can't wait.
Anything of note in the titles?
I don't know. In the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Oh yeah. So what are they gonna do with that? How are they gonna?
It's gonna be his sister's gonna take over, and that's why that Black Panther number 6 book with her first appearance has been skyrocketing like a mofo, because that's the spec. They said they weren't going to replace him as the actor. He's staying, and that she's going to take over the mantle. Josh's favorite, the Marvels, are going to be there. They're going to have a movie, and hopefully we'll have a watch party for all of us to go see it.
Marvel.
So
Captain Marvel, the Marvels.
And
Meh.
Ms. Marvel, they showed what's her face in the actress in her outfit already, like a set picture of her in the Ms. Marvel outfit. Kamala Khan.
Jose was saying that she doesn't have the big fist. He's not happy.
It's your discount, Mr. Fantastic.
Well, that's the last one. That was the last one of the phase, is the Fantastic Four.
It's so disappointing that people on the other side of the political and social spectrum think that the only way that they can achieve greatness in their characters is to get sloppy seconds from a historically white character.
We've also got Doctor Strange Multiverse. A big favorite of the multiverse is Josh Scott right there.
Yes. Although,
We've got
He's a fan of this
Thor.
one because supposedly Ash might show up
yeah,
in it.
supposedly
Yeah.
Ash Williams is going to make a cameo.
he'll be
on-
there. He'll be
I am
there.
in. I am in.
He will be there
Multiverse is
too.
great.
Yeah. Thor, Love and Thunder.
I thought it was going to be as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that would have been better. I would have gone with that.
Oh, Guardians of the
Love and
Galaxy
Thunder
3 is
go
going
to
to have
hell.
their own movie.
Who?
The Guardians of the Galaxy are going to have a
Yeah.
volume 3
They're
by
getting a
themselves. You need to make sure all these properties have multiple movies. Doesn't mean that guy can't show up in the movie. And
I wonder
then,
which one Captain America is going to come back in.
It'll probably be the multiverse one.
I'd imagine.
Because
It'll
that
probably-
Scarlet shows up in that one too, doesn't she? She's supposed to be in that
I
one.
think she's
Yeah.
the bad guy. She's the villain.
Really?
I think so.
Nice. You guys think if Eternals is good, we'll get a New Gods?
That's what they're saying. They're saying if this takes off, that it'll beat DC to the New Gods, and they'll be kings. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, Isn't the New Gods, they've already had that like in pre or post production, I thought, and they're just like, man, we're not going to do anything with it right now because DC's kind of in the shitter with some things. But then Marvel's coming out with Eternals, and I think they pushed it forward.
Oh, they did?
Because of that. I think it wasn't supposed to be until late next year? And it's coming out in November of this year?
Yeah, I think it is November.
It's this year. And yeah. So they're pushing forward with
Yeah,
it.
because Eternals is coming out November 5th.
Yeah. But I saw pictures on set and things for New Gods already. Like they were either filming it or they're in the middle of filming it. And then they just kind of like sort of
They're
stopped.
just gonna rush it.
Yeah.
It's gonna look so bad.
And then they're just like, oh, and then Marvel's like, let's put out Eternals. And now DC's like, ah, crap.
No, Eternals was supposed to come out last year though.
Oh,
It was
what?
supposed to come out last Christmas.
I thought that was Inhumans. Weren't they supposed to do it in Inhumans?
Oh, Inhumans got scrapped altogether because of the
Okay.
show. That one took a shit. So
that
that's
show
why
was horrible. Oh
that
my
show
god,
was terrible. I don't know
show
what
was
they were
so bad.
thinking
I
there.
wanted it to be good too.
Was it as bad as Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agents of Shield had its moments.
And it also had not its moments.
Yeah, but the other one had no moments.
No, it had none whatsoever.
Devoid
Yeah.
of moments.
The Robbie
It was-
Rodriguez, the Ghost Rider stuff was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that when they when the dude came out as Hydra, what was his name?
Oh,
One,
I
one, of,
didn't-
one of the main guys turned bad as Hydra, and that part was good.
because that was during the whole like Civil War.
Yeah, when the Winter Soldier came out,
Yeah,
it was
when-
like immediately after Winter Soldier, like that show went up because it was like, oh, right after it's going to take
'Cause they-
place right after,
They dovetailed
immediately
all-
right after the movie, and everybody was super happy, and then it just tanked.
I tried to give that show a watch, and I found it to be mostly boring.
Yeah, it was mostly boring, but it had moments. Didn't Daenerys Targaryen sign up for a Marvel movie?
Yes, she did. Damn it, what movie was it that she just signed up for? I want to say it's the Thor one.
Love and Thunder.
She's getting into it. 'Cause
Yeah.
she also has a comic book that she just wrote too that's getting published.
Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise.
They just hand the reins over to any damn clown that shows up with tinkling bells on their shoes for crying out loud.
That's exactly it.
Louis says he's getting mad deja vu. Did the live go on a loop? Louis says he's getting mad deja vu. Did the video go live on a loop? Didn't Daenerys Targaryen sign up for a Marvel movie?
Hey, I heard she's got a comic book coming out.
Hey,
And they'll just
Jeez
get
Louise.
They'll give anyone with shoes some bells.
she's so hot. I'll buy that for $1.
oh my goodness.
And I think this month the Cruella de Vil movie's coming out too. on
Roberto
Disney.
Ramos. It even has the stamp.
They're gonna do a Cruella
Yeah,
movie.
Go my cuties.
With what's her face? Emma Stone is Cruella.
Dude, Tom Neely is one of the best guys working in comics right now. The Humans, so dope.
So dope. This is a crossover right here that I wanted.
Liz, you were just saying that Cruella de Vil looks so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
you,
not-
you,
So bad.
you said
I'm not
badass,
interested in
right?
that at all. No,
You didn't say badass.
I haven't seen any Disney live actions.
No.
Any of the remakes that they've done, I haven't seen any of them.
What she said was it was bad and it smells like ass.
Oh wait,
Right.
she's gonna be in the Secret Invasion TV series.
Whoopity doo.
John wants to know, did Josh share a key game?
Oh no, he didn't.
I did not. You guys jumped the shark before I got there.
Or maybe you're just old and slow now.
No, they just skipped me. That's okay.
It's because they don't care.
Oh. Should I share a key game? Is it too late?
Let's do it. Does it have weight?
Yes. It has multiple expansions.
Is it set up for Josh to dominate everybody else in some way, shape, or form?
No. I
Has
can
it
do
caused a family disagreement where you guys aren't allowed to play it anymore because you guys
No.
fight?
No, that's only one game that's done that. That's Fireball Island. And it's worth it. We always come back for more.
This is another one of those hidden gem of a board game. It's kind of like a Risk sort of game. So if you're into territory conquering, this is excellent. And one of the great things about it too is that the number of territories goes down equivalent to the number of players. So it's a board with very limited space that you have to vie for, and it's got a fantasy feel to it. So it's called Small World, and you basically pick a fantasy race that has like certain special abilities, and you have to conquer territory on a map. and the map changes again based on the number of players. It's fascinating because there are not only abilities that each race has, but then there's a secondary ability that can be rotated out for each race. So it makes things extraordinarily fluid. Every game is different from the one previous.
And it's
Do
a
the
world-
white races have privilege?
No, the white races do not have privilege.
but it's a
You're
world of
sharing woke
water
games with us,
after-
Josh?
What's that?
You're sharing woke games with us, Josh?
It's organically inclusive, so it's fine.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of options here, a lot of great fantasy races, a lot of interesting strategies that you can employ, and there are a lot of variations to the game as well that add additional races and additional complications to it. But it's highly entertaining. It's pretty fast to play, so you don't have to get swamped in it for a long time.
And it was a bitch popping out all the pieces for this stupid thing.
Yeah, that is the downside to a lot of these games. When you buy them initially, a lot of them come with a lot of pieces that you got to pop out. So the good thing, the good idea to do what we usually do is we'll pop in a movie that we have to watch for late to the party, and we'll take our new board game and we'll break it out and separate out all the pieces. But the one other thing before I end on this, the one other thing that makes this particular game fantastic, and this is something that a lot of game companies could take like a friggin' hint on, but a lot of games don't have any internal components with which to keep your pieces separate. But this one comes with it built in, so you can separate out all your tiles beforehand, and it doesn't impact things too much. So it's
An OCD cart.
it's pretty
Yes.
dope that way.
Yes,
So.
for the remake of Fireball Island that they did, because there were so many components to it, the company actually made like an old, like you could buy like it's a wood crate that you can put together that allows you to put all the pieces and stuff. And it's kind of cool because the box itself looks like it belongs. Yeah, it's like an old like antique packing crate from the time or whatever. It's
Excuse me.
What the
So
fuck was that?
that
the
was
lid going on
the lid going back on the box. It fits so tight that it made some noises.
It's a tight.
Jeez.
So anyway, it's
Like an elephant queef.
that part of the game is free, by the way, so you can enjoy it. But it's a great game. Great game.
Nice. That sounds like a fun one.
It is. We still have to have our get together where we play one of these games and record the best moments or something.
I'm still for
No,
Dracula.
we're gonna live stream it the whole time. We're all gonna put our phones exactly how we are with the Zoom, but it's just gonna be on one of us. Each one's gonna have it facing us. I've already got it set up. You watch. We'll do it.
We have to have 5 streams, round table,
Yeah.
but a laptop at each one.
No,
then
we'll do it
we'll
exactly
play-
the same, but we'll be on the Zoom and we'll just be right there with each other. And we'll just have your sweet ass mic in the middle, and the rest of us will be muted so we can all talk on one mic.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I've already thought it through. You just need to come in and
You just
provide
set
the
it up.
space.
We'll show
You
up.
tell us when and where, Isaac, and we'll show
Yeah.
up.
I can bring those round tables that we had at the baby shower.
Okay.
Some of these games are going to require decent sized tables. Fury of Dracula will require a decent sized table. You need something that's going to fit 5 people and have enough space, not only for the board, but for all the extraneous pieces that are involved. So,
We could sit on the floor.
no,
My back
can
is
sit
gonna
on the
be
floor.
fucking killing me.
my games are not played on floors.
Told
We'll
you.
mop.
They'll Swiffer, don't worry.
Mm.
Yeah, he'll make sure you guys wash your hands. There's no like eating and drinking within.
Oh, we'll have sanitation stations.
Look, I just want my games to last a long time. I don't want to have to go back and buy new.
Josh, do I have to wear a mask when I play your games?
No, you do not. In fact, before and after the game, we must greet and say goodbye with a holy kiss.
No tongue.
Only the holiest of holy.
What pray tell is a holy kiss? And if it's what I think it is, I'm not doing it.
What the Europeans do, or the mwah, mwah.
Oh, I thought I was gonna have to kiss somebody's asshole. Not gonna happen.
I don't know what you're thinking, sicko.
Yeah, that's typical Nate taking the good things and bringing them way down below the belt. What the heck is that?
Oh man. All right. On that note, I think I'm done.
Sight. That's so good.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's
so
Probably about
that was the wheels back. We have a new format. South Park the movie, SPTM.
Hell yeah.
I'd rather just pick like a certain episode. Dum 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 dum.
That's the Mormon one. Mormon one.
How about the one where Jesus and the devil have a boxing match?
That one's a
One of
good
my
one too.
Oh, man, or the one where Jesus comes back and he kills the Pope with ninja stars,
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh man.
or maybe he's a
he's
bishop.
like
I don't know.
no, he was like a secret agent and he comes by and he's like, I've got a confession. So good. Fuck. You just binge watch all those episodes again.
Oh man, there's not a bad one among them. They're all good.
Let's see. Luis feels you, Josh. No Cheeto fingers. His kid always leaves the game controllers greasy as fuck. Let's see. John's going to put forward V for Vendetta next week. That way it'll get picked for Lego.
Thank you, Josh.
That's that's like the secret. That's the way to do it.
It's ridiculous. He's got like
His
the
head-
longest running streak.
Yeah.
So who's hosting after Jose again?
Lego.
Me.
It's Lego, yeah.
Oh, that works out perfect. Nice. I'll get to host V then.
Lego will pick V and then John will also put V, so it'll be on the wheel twice.
What?
No, I don't want to do that. That's rough. It's rigged enough if John picks it.
That's right. You might undo the magic if you make it go on there twice.
I'm just nervous about Lego's other 6 picks. He can,
Right, as well you should be.
because he can take us down into some deep, dark places.
With the
I was
exception-
thinking of putting up Rad, but I don't know. It'll kind of fuck up my kung fu thing that I've been doing lately. You guys remember Rad? Crew
The bike
Jones,
movie, right?
Yeah. You never saw Rad?
Mm-mm.
Oh man.
Did
It's
you
got-
see Rad?
It's got Crew Jones. It's a bike movie. Super dope. It's what got me and all my buddies into biking.
Nice.
Lori
Cool.
Laughlin, before she was incarcerated for falsifying grades for her kid to get into college.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Becky?
Aunt Becky, before she pre convicted Aunt Becky.
Go to jail for that?
She did, I believe. She got some kind of punishment. I'm not sure if it was actual incarceration or maybe probation because she's famous and rich, but
Maybe she had
there
to
was
learn
some kind of.
I think she went in for like a day to visit. And like, yeah, got scared straight. I'm gonna scare you straight. They had to eat gruel.
kids in without fairness?
John says it seems like I'd put forward North Shore. That's more like a Lego movie. He put Endless Summer out before.
That's true. It's a good one.
Yeah,
But
Lego
Legos
rides bikes
good.
too.
Lego's picks are good. It's just some of them you need some time to recover from.
That's fair.
We talking
the
about
whole-
the Holy Mountain?
The Holy Mountain.
Fuck.
Like after I watched that, it felt like I got hit on the head.
Yeah, you go back and you watch
Just-
that video, and Josh, like, he's just like,
If you're watching the Holy Mountain and the feds break in, they're gonna bust you for fucking child porn. You don't want to be Rudy Giuliani watching fucking Holy Mountain.
Do you ever think they just like say they got child porn? Like, who's gonna question that shit?
Or they just put it on your computer.
that's-
How hard is
that's-
it for somebody to take a zip drive and stick it on your computer? I mean,
Probably
I don't
just like
know.
planning
I'm not
drugs on
defending
someone.
people that watch child porn, but it's an easy trump up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
John says, and you think my picks are bad. You know, John, before you were here, you're like Lego 2.0, John. Because Lego is way.
we don't think they're bad, John. We know they're bad.
The Holy Mountain. Oh my God. Who brought that one back? Josh? God damn, that shit was traumatizing. Oh man. And then it didn't end.
It just kept going. It would just get worse and worse. It starts with those dudes, and you're just like, what the hell am I watching? And he starts just shaving that chick's. It just got bad and bad. Oh, terrible.
It was good. It just got good to great to excellent to perfect to the
I don't
best.
have the Ferris Bueller ending where they're talking to the mic or talking to the camera. Ha! You thought we were going somewhere with this?
We were.
Fuck you.
They did, dude. I think that was perfect. That was what that movie needed. That was perfect. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it was great. It served its purpose, right?
I think
We're
so.
still talking about it. So
Yeah, see,
Hell yeah.
it served its purpose. I wonder what were the other movies in that choice? Like, what was the other fruit in that bucket?
Topo. He was like El Topo and like one other weird ass name
Right.
movie.
He said the Holy
Mountain.
Mountain was supposed to be a Mexican Western.
Yeah,
was
he
Topo.
mixed
I was
them
waiting
up.
for the horses
He
and the
mixed-
guns.
He mixed it up.
I
Instead, you got the
misspoke.
horse's shit and a bunch of nuns.
You guys might like El Topo. I might
Sounds
put
good,
that one back on there. Maybe the Holy Mountain's probably the most extreme. And, whenever I learn something new, I like to be kind of just taken to the top and dropped off and like, here
Onto
you go,
your head.
motherfucker, learn it. And maybe we should have hit the bunny slopes before we did the double black tiger.
Right? We talked about the food intro, right, Lego?
Yeah,
You
we
went right for the cabeza tacos, man. You skipped the quesadillas. You skipped all the other shit. You went right for the fucking Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah, we skipped the bunny slopes and went straight Sonny Bono into a tree.
Oh man. And then Solaris too.
Solaris, that was a
Hey,
good one.
Solaris was
Oh.
good.
The
Solaris-
That
midgets.
was really.
This is random ass midgets hiding under
That
the
was-
covers. I was like, what the
That was
fuck?
a good one.
Except for the car ride, that movie was good.
Oh.
That card was.
Oh.
It was to take you on that journey, man. It was prepping you for the journey you're about to go on.
Yeah, it was basically the same effect as Star Trek: The Motion Picture when they're traveling through the cloud. It's just like,
Like,
never
It's like this is your ride home, and it's just like.
you could get up and you could do some chores and read a book and then come back and you'll still be in the friggin' car.
Did you notice that when I picked a movie that had subtitles, nobody was bothered by it? It was the kind of movie where you wanted to keep watching the screen so you didn't mind reading. But that car ride with the subtitles, I was like, I fell asleep like 17 times in 18,
Yeah,
in
but-
18 minutes.
But you also fell asleep with Monty Python: The Holy Grail, so we know that that's not a good barometer.
Did I fall asleep with that one?
You said
you
you did.
Oh, like 4 times, right? Well, at least it was 13 times less.
Ugh.
Oh man. Well, I just trying to push the boundaries of what we're doing with our movies. You know, we don't all have to do the Hollywood blockbuster. We can do other shit too. Metropolis,
Unlock.
hey, Metropolis was good.
Yes, it was.
Metropolis was good when I watched a different
Version of it.
version of it. That one you sent, it was like if somebody sent me like a newspaper with like a flip book newspaper, and I was trying to fucking.
I didn't know there was a cleaned up version at the time.
Yeah, no, it's not your bad. But yeah,
We'll have to go.
I wouldn't mind putting like a retraction or at least a revision on my score on that one. Props for that one. I give you that one back. It's no Monty Python.
I wish there was a slap effect that we could put on this thing.
There is.
That's your mouth.
There is. I used it during our video when I did the Ra's al Ghul thing on you.
Mm,
Remember, it was like pow in your face.
yeah. I'm not bothered by your insanity.
You can't handle the truth. Hey, we should watch A Few Good Men.
We should watch Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. That's a good one.
All right. Let's sign off. I'm going to bed.
All right, y'all. Hey, I'll hit you guys up tomorrow. I'll cruise
All
over
right.
for that. You guys want me to bring anything? Let me know.
Just the shirts and the sticker.
$5.
Dope.
Put it on your car. You can put it right next to your Cholo tombstone on your
Your
back
dead
window.
relatives. Your dead
A
relatives.
loving
stickers.
memory. Loving memory of a little puppet. Shy girl stabbed him with their eyeliner, eh?
My God.
Little puppet. I see what you did there. That's a good point to get off. We'll see you guys
All right.
next week.
Night,
Nice.
guys.
Night.
All right.